So yes, that's Hallicrafters SX-18 sitting on the workbench. I have not actually started doing anything to it yet, apart from an initial cleanup of all the dust off the chassis. But what I've been doing this afternoon is just having a little play with the spectral analyzer again. I just wanted to check out the sweep characteristics of this HP8601A, which I've had for a long time. And I never really checked the sweep width or anything like that. I haven't really been able to do it easily. But I thought I'd just give it a try and see how it actually performed. So at the moment it's got a CW signal. It's not sweeping. It's at a nominal 100 megahertz center frequency. And it's got calibrated sweep widths. And you can also vary the sweep speed, fast or slow, and it's got a variable in there. Not calibrated, but the sweep width is calibrated when the vernier is turned to the cal position, which it is at the moment. So I'll start with 10 megahertz sweep width, so it's 5 megahertz either side of the carrier frequency, and see what happens. So it's sweeping, and the stop frequency is 105.3, so it's 300 kilohertz high, and the start frequency looks high as well. So let's sweep one more time. Start frequency is 95.3, so it's 300 kilohertz out across the range, but the actual width is about right. So there might be a preset inside to tweak that. I don't know. I haven't checked the manual. Interesting to see these little spurs going across the screen as well. There's two, one going one way, one going the other. So at least the width's about right, about 10 megahertz. Let's try switching this to the next position down, which on this range is 3 megahertz. The blue figure beside is for when it's on the 11 megahertz maximum range. So this is the 3 megahertz width. So the stop frequency is 101.8, I think it was, and the start's 98 point something. So again, it looks like it's on the high side. We should have about 1.5 megs either side of the center frequency. So again, could be 300 kilohertz out there as well. And 1.856. Let's change the span. It's on 12 megahertz span at the moment. I'll put it on to say 5 megahertz span. 101.86. Yeah, so it's 300 kilohertz out. .81, yeah, very similar. Let's try it on the 1 megahertz range. I'll just change the span again. Oops. Center frequency 100 megahertz. Span, say 2 megahertz. So we should be 500 kilohertz either side of the center frequency there at the end of the span. 100.8, so again 300 kilohertz out approximately. Same at the start. So I'm hoping there's going to be a small adjustment in there to do that for all the bands. And try 300 kilohertz. Let's just increase it. I'll reduce the span again to, I don't know, 500 kilohertz. Oh, I'm still going to get it. It's going off the screen. Span. Yeah, so it should be 0.15 megahertz below and 0.15 megahertz above. And it's 0.49 megahertz above. So again, it's a similar sort of error. And the smallest sweep width is 100 kilohertz. And that's not quite as much out, I don't think, at the beginning of the span. Yeah, maybe a little bit less, but a very, very similar sort of error. Just put it back to 1 meg and change the span again to, say, 3 megs. Do a max hold, and with max hold we should see the full width that's sweeping there. I can move the cursors around and get the exact frequencies. This must be that little spur that goes across. Interesting. Might be a software glitch there. Anyway, so the end of the sweep is at 100.844. And the start of the sweep at 99.824. And it should be 99.5, so yeah, 324 kilohertz out. Interesting. Anyway, back to the SX-18.